see if I can find you all on here. Right, okay, I can see we're live. I am just going to have a little look, see if I can find you all on my phone. Let's see what I can find. Okay, 5 people are on, brilliant. So let's get cracking, shall we? I've just lost you again. Good. It's one of those days. Come on. There you are. I found you. Okay, great. Lovely. You're no longer looking at the top of my head. Evening, everybody. Welcome to... Oh, I can hear myself. No one needs that. Welcome to Monday night's Facebook Live. We are Monday the 31st of January. I have no idea where January's gone. Does anyone else know? So tomorrow we are the 1st of February, which is very exciting. It's always nice to say farewell to January. But yeah, I have no idea how the first month of the year has gone already. Scary stuff. So tonight I thought I would show you a little bit of a sneak peek of February's class, which booking opens for tomorrow, and play with the Sweet Conversations stamp set and dies, although it might not be the dies because the dies are across the room and I'm feeling really tired. So me and the husband have been in London today. He bought me tickets to a Van Gogh immersive experience, which is doing a bit of a UK tour, I think, for our anniversary last September. And we should have gone in November, but it was postponed because of COVID. And then we should have gone in December, and it was postponed because of COVID. So we finally got there today, and we've had a really, really lovely day. It's been really nice, just the two of us, a little mooch around London, bit of culture, bit of lunch, bit of cake, some more coffee, some shopping, and home. So I've done, how many steps have I done today? 13,000 steps, which is a lot for me. But no, we've had a lovely, lovely day, but I'm a bit tired, so I'll probably only make one card for you this evening. And I will be back tomorrow at 1 o'clock for a YouTube live. And I might do something more involved tomorrow, as it's a technique live tomorrow. So I'll make a start. As always, I will flip my camera around to show my desk. If you have any questions about anything I'm making, you're not sure about what I'm doing, or you just want to add a comment, please add your comments. I'll try and keep up, and we'll see where the evening takes us. So let's get crafting. Okay, here we go. So you should be able to see my desk. Yep, lovely, my desk it is. So this is the Sweet Conversations stamp set. It is part of a bigger suite of products that is in the January to June mini catalogue. Oh, sorry about that wobble there. And papers are beautiful, really, really nice. I've got some papers here to show you. They're a bit of a mismatch because I've been making the cards for my card course. I'm just going to move this back a bit. That's better. So these are some of the papers. So you've got some really bright, vibrant designs and some pastel-y sort of colours. Bit of text there. Great for different languages. Some more patterns and some stripes. Great for fussy cutting. Don't we just love that sheet for fussy cutting? Really nice wishy-washy one. I love wishy-washy papers. And some more bright here. So I had lots of fun creating the cards for February's card class. Now, I made a little bit of a logistical boo-boo, so I hope you forgive me. Now, obviously, Valentine's Day, for those that celebrate it, is in February, which is great because my head thought, great, we can do a February class and we can include Valentine's Day. But the sticky point is booking doesn't close till the 7th and kits aren't sent out till after the 14th. So there'll be a little twist on the cards this month, and I've tried to design them so that you can also switch them up for birthday cards, anniversary cards, or just for telling people that you love them. So this is a great set of products. There are dies that go with this, which is just behind me here. I'll get up off my chair. These are the dies. And you've got lots of different dies. Some of them I've used. So this is kind of a row of hearts that look like this. You've got a mini envelope die, which looks like this when you put it together. Little card sneak peek there. And then you've got a nice tag here, which I have used on this card here. So this is a bit of a sneak peek of February's class. I love the colours in this. I'm not a massive user of red ink and card in my cards and my projects, unless it's Christmas, in which case I'm all over the red and green. But I really enjoyed using the red to put these cards together, actually. So maybe I'm changing, who knows. My aim this year is to use more colour on my projects. So tonight I'm going to keep it quite simple. And we're going to just go with some white card, I think, to get us started. And actually, I might make 2 cards because we'll get 2 cards out of 1 sheet. But they will be quite straightforward cards. So I'm going to cut 2 card bases from this piece of A4. And if we want a book fold card, this is the measurement you're going to need. So we're going to start by popping our piece of card in our trimmer so that it's portrait in orientation. That means we've got the short edge at the top of our trimmer. And we're going to line that up at 10.5 centimetres and score. Okay. Next we're going to turn and we're going to line it up so that we've got the long edge now at the top. And we're going to line it up at about 14.9. So just ever so slightly before the 14.9 will give us that middle point. So we have 2 lovely card bases. Okay. And then we want some white card for our layers on the front. So I'm going to go with a bit of simple stamping tonight. Do enjoy a bit of simple stamping. So I want to cut 4 pieces of white card, 1 for the front of each card and 1 for the centre. So this is my typical measurement. So I'm going to line it up at 10 with the short edge at the top and cut. And then line this one up at 10 and cut. Lisa, hi Lisa, you like the papers? The papers are really nice, aren't they? I'm quite taken with the papers. And then this one is lining up at 14.4 and cutting. So you've got 1 piece and then we've got 2 pieces. So these are 2 of my very typical measurements that I would use in my card making. They are scored into my brain, shall I say, or they're stored in my brain. So we've done our cutting now. So I'm going to put that to one side and get rid of those little pieces. So to start with, we need 1 piece of the white and we need 1 card base. Okay, so first rule when you're making your card bases is always to give them a really good crease. So it's great, good enough for us to fold them with our finger, but what you find is it doesn't fold flat, it sticks up. So the best thing to do is to give that a really good crease with your bone folder along the edge, and then it stays pretty much closed. Okay, once we've got some weight on the front of that card, it will change a bit. Okay, so we now have our piece of white that sits nicely on our card like so. So within this stamp set, you've got lots of different images. Okay, so I'm going to do one with the hearts first, and then I'm going to use this lovely dotty circle, and I'm going to show you a couple of little techniques that you can use with this lovely dotty circle, which is a technical term just in case you were wondering. So we've got that on there, and then I've got these 2 lovely hearts here. Okay, and I am going to choose, let's go with, I feel like we've done a lot of red. Let's go with, I'm leaning towards Flirty Flamingo for some reason. Let's have a little practice, shall we? Let's have a bit of Flirty Flamingo and a bit of Calypso Coral. They're nice colours, aren't they? So I'm just going to give this little stamp a bit of a clean. No, let's have a new drop. Okay. Pop him on there. So let's have a little practice first before we get stamping. So the grid paper is a really good piece of kit. You can practice your stamping. So that's a nice colour actually, I like that. Let's see what it looks like with Flirty Flamingo. Oh yeah, that's really nice actually. Let's use those two, shall we? So a tip with this stamp set, because it's a photopolymer stamp set, I would be inclined to use a stamping mat underneath. It gives you a little bit of squidge when you stamp. So let's start, and I'm just going to stamp some hearts on this piece here. Okay. So you actually get a really nice stamp. Another rule that I tend to work with is the rule of odds. Now I know quite a few people struggle with odd numbers. I really like them. I am more inclined to like an odd number than I am an even. I'm an only child, so we're a family of 3, so I blame the parents, you know. And then I'm going to use some Flirty Flamingo. So I'm going to stamp a few of these, and this is actually a really nice colour combination. So I've got 3 of those, 4 of those, and 5 of those. Now, this is where we can have a little bit of fun with this stamp. So I'm going to clear off my ink, like so. And then I'm going to take, where has it gone? What have I done? Oh, it's in my hand. I'm going to take this big stamp. So we've got our dotty. I'm going to take this big dotty stamp to my heart. Like so. And then we're going to stamp with it. So what that gives us is dotty hearts. Love that technique. I think it's called kissing the stamp. I think, I might be wrong. So now I'm just going to stamp a few of those. And you just want to make sure that you get a good coverage of those dots. Okay, I'm just going to clear off those dots on there. So I'm just going to stamp 3 of these. 1, 2. Evening, Denise. There we have it. So we've now got some dotty big hearts. Okay. Now I'm going to bring my Calypso Coral back in, and we're going to have some dotty small hearts. So I've got the small heart stamp, and that's clean. So I'm going to add the dots to the dotty stamp, and then stamp the dotty stamp onto the heart, like so. I love this technique. I'd forgotten all about this technique. There are so many different techniques that you can add into your crafting. That's it. Let's have another one of those there. So I missed that ever so slightly there. So let's do one more, shall we? And I'm going to use this dotty stamp after. Oh, I've done the wrong way. Clear off my heart. And let's stamp this in there. Nice! I like it. So there we have 2 stamps stamped in 2 different ways. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit of going to add a little bit of speckle to this. So I'm just going to use a light Calypso Stampin' blend and add just a little bit of ink splashing to break up some of that white. Now this Stampin' blend, the nib is really ruined. I don't know what's happened. I definitely did not do this. That's it. So we've just added a little bit of speckling to that, and now we can add that to the front of our card. So essentially what we've done is we've made our own patterned paper. Now before we stick that down, I'm just going to change just a little bit of the look of it. So another one of my favourite techniques is to just fray the edges of your card. Now this is another Marmite technique. Some people love this technique, some people really quite detest it. I quite like it. I find when I'm using sort of just one or two colours and I'm keeping the white to be quite prominent, I like to add a bit of texture, and this is a really nice way of doing this. Oh, look at that. And it also makes it look like it's snowed when the dust. Let's take this mat out. That's it. So our surface area is flat. So now when we add that, we've got a little bit of texture. I'm just going to crumple the corner of this piece of card. So it looks now a little bit weathered, and that's fine. So let's stick that down to our card. Lovely technique. I've forgotten too. There's so many techniques that you kind of forget about or do without even thinking of it as a specific technique. Okay, so that's stuck down like so. So now I'm going to take just a piece of white scrap card, and this really is scrap. This is out of my scraps box, and I'm going to add that to the front of my card. I think let's just trim that down ever so slightly. Let's trim that down to 10.5 centimetres, which is the width of our card. Okay, and then I want now our sentiments. So our sentiments are happy to have you in my life. Happy Valentine's Day, and then you've got these lovely hearts that have got different things on. Okay, so let's have happy to have you in my life. Now I'm just thinking out loud, if we put that on there and we put our stamp there, that's quite a lot of excess space, but we can do something with the hearts, can't we? So let's give that a bit of a stamp, and I'm going to stamp that in basic grey. I think stamping in black will be just too much for this card. So we'll stamp in basic grey. Basic grey is a really good alternative to black. It's just that little bit softer. Yeah, I like that. So let's now stick that down. Let's stick that down with some pads, shall we? So the card is now building, and now let's do a little bit of fussy cutting, shall we? Let's have a little selection of hearts. So let's have a big Calypso coral one. Then we'll just stamp off the excess. Actually, I've not put my mat back under, and it's not too bad. Like so, and then we'll have a small one. I'm just going to stamp one of those, like so. So let's whiz round these. You can, there is a die that goes around these hearts. The die is buried on my desk, and I think it would take me longer to die cut these than it will be to fussy cut them. Got one. Oh yeah, I like this card. This is nice. Evening to you, Gina. You're late. Don't worry at all. I am not bothered by lateness. So with this, you can just follow. I got the idea for this kissing technique from the DSP. So in the DSP, there's dotty hearts. And I thought there must be a reason why they've given us a dotty stamp. And there it is. Love this little technique. Okay, so we've now got our 3 little hearts, which I'm just going to build up on this little strip. 1. Let's put this little one here. Now let's have a little bit of thread to go on that, just to create a little bit of texture. So now I've added this, now I've added that, I don't actually like it. So I think it's too flat for the card and it feels a bit lost. So I'm going to take this little, what do you call it, punch. And I'm just going to try something. Do we think it would look better stamped on there and heat embossed? I think it probably would do, you know. What do you think? I do think it looks a bit lost on there. Where's our little bow? If we add our little bow to the bottom there. Yeah, see, someone's just put a little heart. I think that means they like it. Yeah. We're going to do some heat embossing, gang. Sit tight. So, heat embossing. One of my favourite techniques. So let's give this a little wipe with our embossing buddy. And let's stamp this on there. Like so. The grey tag rather than black. Oh, Caroline. That's a good option. I might do grey on the next one. Move this, grab my heat tool. Fussy cutting and forgot the time. Don't worry, Wendy. I know exactly how that feels. So there we have, yeah, I think that looks a lot better. And then we can use this bow at the top of the tag. Who gave me that suggestion? Glenda. Love it, Glenda. Thank you very much. You're on my wavelength. So there we have that. Let's grab a glue dot. For our little tag. Where are they? They're here. Pop our little glue dot up there. And then our little bow can go on our tag. So there we have our first card of the evening. All we've got left is to do our little piece for the inside. So let's grab our bow, our heart. Let's do a little bit of stamping. One there. And one there. And we'll use a little one here with our like so. So our trio of hearts. Oh, I'm making Chinese New Year cards with the wildest bit. Oh yes, we're Year of the Tiger, aren't we? Now. So there is our first card, first stamped card, all made with the hearts from the Sweet Conversations stamp set. Let me know what you think. Add that to the comments or give me a little like or a little sad face if you don't like it. I promise I won't be offended, and we'll move on to the second card. So for the second card, I wanted to make something a little bit different with this stamp set, just to show you that it's quite versatile. So that's our second card base, and we've got our second piece of white card. And I'm going to use something a bit different. Let's go with Misty Moonlight, Just Jade, and another one. Let's go... What should we go for? I think let's go for a smoky slate. Look at that colour combo. Love it. So let's clear off our little dots. We no longer want red dots. Bring back our stamping mat, which we're just going to pop underneath. And I'm going to use, let's go with Just Jade first. Yep, that's good. So Just Jade first. I'm just going to stamp this sort of randomly on our card. It reminds me a bit of sort of fireworks. Remembering our rule of odd numbers. Let's go with the grey next. Two, three, four, and let's do 5 there. Okay. Misty Moonlight next. One, two, three, 4, and then 5. Now we've got a little bit of space left, so I'm going to add in a few more. I think I'm going to do one more of each, so we'll have one more there. Let's have one more here. I know technically that's next to a grey, but trying to keep it quite even. And then one more green over here. Lovely. So what a different sort of look that we have with this card now. So let's bring our card back in and let's pop that down. Now there's still quite a lot of white space on this card, so in the stamp set there is another little one. So let's take that little guy, let's put that down, and now I'm going to go with a little bit of black ink, I think. Nice. It's quite therapeutic, this. I feel quite chilled out now. One more, I think. Where should we put it? Here. Okay, so there we have our multi-coloured sort of different background. So that's the same stamp set, just a very, very different look. So keeping it quite simple again. So let's have, I wonder if I can get this out of here. So where's the Valentines? Here's the Valentines. Let's have another little bit of heat embossing. I'm going to keep this one quite straightforward. Happy Valentine's Day. I know there's not a heart inside, but there doesn't have to be hearts on Valentine's cards. No one said there has to be. I'm just going to snip this down a bit. Give this a bit of a set. Trim this down into a banner. Like so. So we've just got Happy Valentine's Day on there, which let's lift that slightly. Take my linen thread, it's a bit, the loops are too small there, just going to bring it in a bit. So I'm going to grab my glue dots again, which are here. I'm just going to put that on a glue dot. Take that off. Move that out of the way. So I want to put that about there. And I'm doing this so that we want a little bit of texture on our card, like so. So now we can take our dimensionals. And pop these like so. And then this is just going to sit over that. And you can't massively see the bow, but it's just a little bit of texture to lift it ever so slightly. This tail is just doing its own thing. Oh dear. Try and spin it. That's better. Okay, and then to finish, let's have just a couple of little gems. That's a really simple and quick Valentine's card, or for any occasion really. Let's use some of these, the matte dots. These are really nice. And let's have some grey ones. These are, I think these are in the Blessings of Home bundle, which is a really nice bundle in the January to June catalogue. That tail on that bow is really annoying me. That's better. It's calmed down now. Well done. You're behaving. I'll let you off. And then we've just got this little piece to stick inside. And I'm going to leave that nice. No, not. I'm going to stamp something. Where's my dots gone? Here's my dots. So I've just got the Smoky Slate ink pad back. And I'm going to stamp that in the centre of our card, like so. Still got a little bit of the green on it, which is quite nice. And then I've got my Happy to Have You in My Life stamp. And we're going to stamp that directly over like so. And then we'll add another little one. Like so. Okay, so there we have our second card all finished. I'll just bring the first back in. So the second one we've done with just the swirls, the dots in the stamp set, and this one we've done with the hearts. So two very different looking cards, just to show how versatile this set can be. So I've only used the stamp set. I've not used any of the dies. The dies are very, very useful if you enjoy die cutting in your projects. You've also got the designer series paper, the pattern papers to choose from, and they're all very, very popular. So before you all head off and enjoy the rest of your Monday, I wanted to let you know that this stamp set and die bundle are the feature of my February card class. You can join both remotely, virtually, with a postal kit, or you can join me in person at the end of February in iWade, and there'll be more details available tomorrow on my website for that and coming out in my newsletter. And a little sneak peek of some of the cards. There's 4 cards to make, but actually I think I've done 5 or 6 designs, and I'll share all of these in YouTube videos with measurement instructions and full guides. So a little sneak peek of the cards that are in the card kit. We have this one, 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 and there is another that appears to have gone for a walk. Who knows where he is? I did show him at the beginning of the video though, so if you were watching closely you'd have seen it. Oh, it's here. Here he is. So there's a little sneak peek of the cards. More information will be on my blog tomorrow about that and coming out in my newsletter. Class prices start at £12.50, and I'd love you to join me. So that's it for me tonight. I'll have all of this uploaded to YouTube tomorrow. If you're watching back on YouTube, thanks so much for watching. Well, thank you so much for watching if you're on Facebook as well, but thank you for watching if you're on YouTube. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I'm really trying to work on my YouTube channel at the moment. If you've got any questions about any of the products I've used, please get in touch. If you'd like to place an order, you can do that at www.staceymarsh.co.uk. Don't forget, throughout January and February we have celebration, so when you spend £45 you can choose a free item that's listed under celebration on the website or in the catalogue. So that's it from me, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate you spending some time with me, and I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon. Bye for now.